Oh, hey guys, welcome back to another top five. Love is in the air, if you will, today in the Harrison household, because we're going to talk about my favorite genre of movie. If you've tuned into some of my other lists, you know I like my entertainment and be lighthearted, not a lot on the line. And this genre of movie is right up that alley because it's low stakes. Today we're going to get into the top five rom-coms on some random comedian's top five. That means absolutely nothing. Yes, I know it's formulaic. You know, you got your two people or multiple people fall in love. Something happens. They realize they can't be together for whatever reason. One of them messes up or family reasons. Something happens. They split apart. They just assume they're going to be miserable. And then the last third of the movie is whoever messed up, or sometimes both of them, trying to get the other back and live happily ever after. It's endings to these movies you see coming a mile away, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Love a good happy ending in the movie. The movie happy ending. Honorable mention this week, we have The Proposal. We got Sandra Bullock's character, who is a editor for like a big publishing company. She's about to get deported back to Canada. Her assistant, Ryan Reynolds' character, turns out he's got like a family fortune. He's denying to be in this world. The immigration powers that be are hot on their trail. They got to blend in. He takes her up to Alaska. They meet the family. Betty White is magnificent in this. I love my grandma to death, but after this, I would gladly take Betty White as a bonus grandmother. I think anyone that watched this movie would agree. It's just your classic late 2000s movie. It was 2009, right when Ryan Reynolds was chugging along. And it's great. I highly recommend it if you hadn't seen it. I was late to the game. I only saw it a couple years ago, so it's not too late. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this countdown. Number 5, clocking in, Clueless. You're thinking maybe maybe this isn't a rom-com. You know, maybe this is a little but it's definitely a rom-com. Cher, Alicia Silverstone's character, is playing matchmaker the whole time. She's setting up everyone from teachers to students. She doesn't really get bored, but she assumes this materialistic role that she's set in the high pecking order in this high school that she goes to. She takes it upon herself to make over the klutzy girl. Lost a great actress, and from what I hear from all her friends, a great person. So R.I.P. to her. She's greatly missed. Luann in King of the Hill, come on. She takes her, she makes her over. She makes her the most popular girl. So this whole time, Alicia Silverstone's brother, ex-stepbrother, is telling her to not be about this life, to have more substance about her. She doesn't listen. But then Ty gets crazy popular. Ty's Brittany Murphy in the movie. And she realizes he was right this whole time, so they can finally be together. And it's just weird. But not. I don't know. Is this where that weird category on the hub came from? So 1995's Clueless coming in at number 5. Moving along to 4, we have He's Just Not That Into You. It's a long title, but I promise you it's worth it. Not one storyline, not two storylines, but multiple love stories intertwined into this. You got so much, and they do intertwine. It's not just multiple things, because Bradley Cooper's character is cheating on Jennifer with Scarlett Johansson, but E from Entourage is in love with Scarlett Johansson, but she's like, nah. But then she doesn't want to be with the married dude, too, for obvious reasons. Then you got Jennifer Goodwin's character, who's in love with Justin Long's character, and he doesn't see it, but he's an idiot because they're perfect for each other the whole time. It's just a great movie. One of those movies that you're like, you're an idiot, turn around, he's right in front of your face. The whole movie while you're eating your popcorn at home, you know, thinking you can play matchmaker better than these people. And then, not to mention, the side story is Ben Affleck and Jennifer Aniston. Ben being an idiot and living on a boat, realizing maybe I'd have a better life if I'd go ahead and marry Jennifer Aniston. So, if you haven't given her a chance, check it out. Star-studded cast, multiple storylines. If you don't like one, hey, there's other ones for you to get into. So, at 4, He's just not that into you. Halfway through the countdown at 3, we have Definitely Maybe. Ryan Reynolds is in that weird self-reflecting period you go through when you get divorced. Hey, we've all been there. You know what I mean? But this time it's with an added layer. His daughter is at the age where she's getting curious about relationships and things like that. So she's got a million questions. So as he's kind of self-reflecting and going through where it all went wrong with this trio of potential people that could be this girl's mom. It's pretty cool. It does a good job of not really letting you know who's who yet with different names. And then at the end, it all comes together. And his daughter actually encourages him to go after the girl he should have ended up with in the first place. So just one of those warms your heart. He's going through a tough time, but he comes out on the other end during the movie with the help of his daughter. And it's just a great, good, just a feel-good movie, you know? All right. Number 2, we have 10 Things I Hate About You. One of my favorite movies of all time. Again, R.I.P. to Heath Ledger. We've lost too many actors and actresses on this list. It's ridiculous. But the high school love interests. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is new to town. He's got a pretty cool new best friend. I say cool. He's nice to him, but he's kind of low on the pecking order. And he immediately falls in love with the girl of his dreams. I'll always remember her as Alex Mack from Nickelodeon, but the problem is she's a very popular girl. And her dad won't let her date until her sister dates, who is sworn off dating. So then they trick the rich kid into thinking he wants to date her too, so he pays the loner, Heath Ledger, to date her sister. And so Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character doesn't have to bankroll the scheme and still hopefully gets the girl at it. And it all works out for him. But, things hit the fan for the rest of the characters at prom, of all places. I mean, come on. If it's going to hit the fan in high school, it should be prom. But it all works out in the end. Heath Ledger's character is actually a pretty sweet guy. So he makes it right. Buys her some musical instruments with the money he made while dating her. Everyone's happy. Catching along on the theme yet? So that leaves us with number 1, our champion of the week, if you will. It is How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I can't tell you how many times I've watched this movie. It's ridiculous. 2003, great cast. Kate Hudson, Matthew McConaughey, they're both independent, successful New Yorkers. She's a writer. He is a ad man. They both have to come together and they both have ulterior motives up front. She's trying to lose him in 10 days, hence the name of the movie, by doing all of the stereotypical terrible things one does in a relationship. He is trying to win a bet with the girls at his ad agency that he can make a woman fall in love with him in 10 days. So shenanigans ensue. They're both trying to do different things, manipulate the other. Surprise, surprise, rom-com formula. You can check back with what we talked about at the beginning. They fall in love with each other. He takes her home. They play a rousing game of bullshit. The card game, because that comes back into play, because at the end, when things hit the fan at the big party, they both find out what's going on with each other. They both realize that they were pawns in each other's schemes. They go their separate ways. Then they both are being stubborn. He's like, no, I'm going for it. So he gets on his motorcycle, follows her cab out of New York, and then calls bullshit on her not feeling the same way about him. It's a great scene. They come together. Love it. Everyone goes home happy. No one loses anybody in 10 days. It's great. That's my top 5 rom-coms. I hope you agreed with them. Didn't have the traditional When Harry Met Sally or You've Got Mail or Sleepless in Seattle, any of those. I wanted some new, fresh, different ones for you to talk about. So let me know in the comments which ones I got right, which ones I missed. And you can tell me straight up, like, bro, I needed the classics here. I get that. But hit that subscribe button, share us with a friend or a family member around the holiday season, and stay locked in. We'll have more top 5s for you coming up next.